Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, my name is Nancy. Please subscribe, share and like my videos. In today's class, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful shift dress. The name of the fabric is a crepe fabric and the amount of fabric I used is 2 yards. Now I folded the fabric into 2 and I further folded it into 2, so I practically folded it into 4. The length of the dress is 39 inches, so I added 1 inch allowance to the hem of the dress, which made it 40 inches. The next step is to mark the starting line. The neck width is 3.5 inches and the neck depth is 4 inches. The next step is to mark the shoulder measurement. The shoulder divided by 2 is 7 inches plus half inch sewing allowance, it's 7.5 inches. On this point, I'll go in by 1 inch, then I'll connect that point to the neck width. The armhole divided by 2 is 8 inches. I'll place the tape at the edge of the slant shoulder to mark 8 inches downwards. Then I'll connect the points together. Now I'll extend this line horizontally, so this will be the chest line. The next step is to get the midpoint of the armhole, which is 4 inches. Then I'll connect to the chest line using a curved ruler. The next step is to place the tape on the shoulder line to mark the shoulder to waist line, which is 15 inches here, and the shoulder to hip line, which is 25 inches. On the chest line, I'll place the chest circumference measurement on it, and this is gotten by subtracting 2 inches from the bust measurement, then dividing by 4. Now I'll place the waist circumference on the waistline. Then on the hip line, I'll place the hip circumference. Remember that the dress is a A-shaped dress, so on the chest line, I'll mark 2 inches sewing allowance, and on the waistline, I'll mark 4 inches sewing allowance, and on the hip line, I'll also mark 4 inches sewing allowance. So I'll use a straight ruler to connect the chest point down to the hip point. To get the wideness of the hem, I'll place the tape on the hip line to take the measurement of the hip circumference plus the sewing allowance included. Here it's 12.5 inches. Then I'll add 1 inch to that 12.5 and that'll be 13.5 inches. Now I'll place this on the hem line to mark. I'll use a straight ruler to connect the hip points to the full length as shown. Now I'll mark 1 inch on the edge of the full length. The next step is to trim out the excess fabric at the edges. After cutting, you should have 2 pieces, which is for the front piece and the back piece. Remember that the dress is a one shoulder dress, so to achieve this, we'll mark the center of the neck depth. So I'll place the tape on one side of the shoulder to mark 5 inches. If you want the up shoulder to be really down, you can mark 6 inches. Now I'll use a curve ruler to connect the points together. This part isn't useful anymore. Now for the sleeve, I folded the fabric into two. The full length of the sleeve is 25 inches, but I added 2 inches sewing allowance, and that's 27 inches. Now I'll mark the starting line of the sleeve. Now I'll mark 15 inches as the wideness of the fold for the sleeve. Then I'll extend this point down to the sleeve opening. Now the next step is to place the tape on the starting line to mark the cap sleeve, which is 4 inches. On the cap sleeve line, I'll place the armhole measurement divided by 2. Then I'll connect this point to the edge of the starting line. Now I'll mark the midpoint of the slant line. Then I'll connect the armhole point to the midpoint, and I'll also connect the midpoint to the starting line. The next step is to add a 2 inches sewing allowance to the side of the armhole measurement. Then I'll connect this point to the full length as shown. On the folded side of the sleeve, I'll place the tape to mark 18 inches. Now I'll use a curve ruler to connect this point to the full length of the sleeve. It's time to attach the pieces together. So this is the front and the back piece. So the first step is to use a bias tape to secure the armhole for the off shoulder. Then also secure the full shoulder by 1/2 inch. Now I'll open the sleeve. Then on the bottom of the sleeve, I'll take my tape to mark 5 inches all through. Now I'll place the bias tape on the shape I chalked. Then I'll take this to the sewing machine to sew the edges of the bias tape on the sleeve. I'll also use a bias tape to secure the hem of the sleeve. Now I've used a bias tape to secure the sleeve opening, and I also sewed the bias tape on the sleeve. For the dress, I've secured the armhole with a bias tape, and I've also sewn the shoulder by 1/2 inch. Then I'll attach the sleeve to the dress. The next step is to pin the side of the sleeves together. Then also pin the side of the dress together. Now I'll take the dress to my sewing machine to secure the side down to the sleeve by 1 inch. Then I'll also secure the other side by 1 inch. After securing the side seam of the dress, I'll also secure the hem of the dress by folding half an inch and further folding it in by half an inch. So this is how the dress should be. The next step is to make the belt for the neckline. The width of the belt is 10 inches while the length of the belt is 60 inches. Now I'll fold this fabric into two to notch the center. I'll open it up to fold it into two horizontally as shown. On this center point, I'll mark 2 inches from the fold. From the center point, I'll place the tape to mark 19 inches horizontally. Now I'll connect this point to the edge of the strap. I'll mark 4 inches on this line to connect to the other edge, just to give us a triangular shape. I'll stop the cutting at the center of the belt. Now I'll fold this belt into two, so I'll use this shaped side to guide me in cutting the other side. The next step is to notch the center of the neck belt. Now I'll place the center of the belt on the shoulder joining at this side, then I'll pin all through to the armhole of the off shoulder. After pinning, I'll take it to the sewing machine to secure the neckline. After securing the neckline, the next step is to fold the belt into two. Then you secure the edges of the belt all through the neckline to the other end of the belt. Alright guys, thank you for watching to the very end. I really do appreciate, and if you are new to my channel, my name is Nancy. Please subscribe, share and like my videos, and also please put on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. Thank you.